My name is Terrence Chineworth. I am an SDR here with Feedo. I'm based out of Chicago, and I've been with the company for 2.5 years. I get to be the first person of contact with new companies that we partner with. So I'm tasked with showing the value of Feedonomics and how we can help them and build relationships. So it's a really interesting experience to be the face of a brand. My mom. My father passed away at a very young age, so my mom raised me by herself and also had a very successful career on her own. So she really played both parents in the household, and every day now I'm very appreciative of that, but also there's a ton of admiration for the strength and the things that she had to deal with to provide me the life that I have. Someone who tried to do things a little bit differently at work. It is very easy to fall into place and kind of follow old norms. And my time here at Feedonomics, I've tried to step outside of that box and find new ways to do things and creative ways to go about the same task. Not always successfully, but I would like to be remembered for trying new things and taking some risks. I love to travel. I've actually been to all 50 states here in the US, all of the provinces in Canada. I've lived in 4 different countries, and I've traveled to 132 countries now. So probably won't see the world, but I've covered a really good chunk of it so far. I think I'd like my team to know about me is that I am very different at work than I am in my personal life. I'm actually pretty introverted and don't enjoy talking to people, which is a little bit ironic because I work in a job where that's all I do all day long. But I kind of look at it as like a Clark Kent kind of situation where I go home and completely change who I am. And it also allows me to not get so exhausted at work or in my personal life. It gives me a good balance. But yeah, I'm a certified introvert. So the 4 places I lived outside of the US, I was in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I was there for about 2 years. After that, I moved to London. I stayed in London for 4 years. After that, I moved to Mexico. I was in 2 cities there for about 2 years. And then I lived in Vietnam, the south of Vietnam, for a year and a half. One is Tokyo, Japan, Japan as a whole. I just love the culture. I love how everything is so different and unique there. The food is amazing. The people are super nice. And my second one would be Cuba. Cuba is it's such an interesting and unique place. They have all these cars and buildings from 50 years ago that are still running. Super lovely people, super great food. So those would be my 2 favorites for sure. This Vietnamese dish, it's like a fermented fish sauce, and fermented fish sauce, peanuts, and just like raw eggs. And it doesn't sound very appetizing, but it's probably one of the best things that I've had that I thought would be super disgusting. I would say the biggest trip on my bucket list is to do the Pacific Coast Highway, which starts all the way up in Alaska and goes all the way down to the tip of South America in Patagonia. I want to do it by road and take my time. It's one of those trips where you have to take like a year, maybe even more off to do it. So it's difficult, but that's probably the highest thing on my bucket list of what I want to complete while I'm still physically able to sleep in a van and hike and do all these things. I really love photography and videography. It's something that probably if I wasn't working at Feedonomics, I'd try to pursue professionally. Play the guitar a lot. I'm really into cars. I like working on cars, driving cars. I used to race cars a long time ago. Those would be like some of my biggest hobbies, the things I spend the most time on outside of traveling. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.